G'day, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Rod. This is the Pedal Picassos. If it's your first time, please give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, drop a comment in below. Doesn't cost you anything, but be part of the conversation. I've had the Boss ME-90 now for a bit over a week. I've downloaded the latest firmware, which allows you to input your own impulse responses, up to 3 of those, in addition to the ME-90's own speaker cabinet emulation. I've also downloaded the Boss Tone Studio for the ME-90, and I'll be delving into that in later videos. But this video, I'm going to concentrate on the amp models that come with the ME-90, and these are only the ones that are stock editable on the unit itself, because if you have the Boss Tone Studio software for the ME-90, you do get an additional 5 amps. There are additional effects in there. But what I've done over the past couple of hours is set up all of the amp models, and there's 11 amp models in the ME-90, and I've tweaked them and I've added an IR or a cabinet that I think suits them for me, and I'm going to go through them all at this stage. The intro was using the Mesa Boogie Rectifier and going into manual mode, using the comp module to give me 3 tones down. Just to get our intro. And I've never done that before. But we'll go back down to Bank 3 is where I started in the user presets. So user Bank 3, and I've set up the 11 amps in the next 11 accessible patches, and I'm going to describe them as they are in the manual and the reference manual. So the piece of paper manual that you get, the quick start guide that you get in the box, throw it away. All right, go to the Boss website, download the reference manual, download the parameter guide, and you get everything you need to know about this. And there's a lot. Boss have done incredibly well with this as an update to the ME-80 from the humble beginnings of the ME-5 years ago. So the first amp is called Natural. All right, so this is the first amp, and it's called Natural. Now it's supposed to be an unembellished, clean sound, like the amp that minimises amps' idiosyncrasies, such as what does it say? Such as treble and boomy low end. This is a great platform start for an amp. Now, using the edit mode and selecting any one of these pedals, you get the IRs that I've loaded in, 1, 2 or 3, or the initial stock speaker cabinet emulation. Stock one is very boxy, mid-rangey. Second one that I put in is a Zeal 2x12, and it's a sealed box. It's got a lot of bottom end. The second IR I put in was a 4x12 Greenback Celestians. And I don't mind that at all. The third IR I put in was a 2x12 open cab. More of a Vox sounding cabinet. And I paired that with the Vox. We'll see that later on. But if I go back to the original patch, it's got the 4x12 cabinet in there. And that's just amp number 1, the Natural. I think that's just a great platform for me to start building a pedal board on that by adding some compression, a booster, a distortion patch, modulation patch, some reverb and delay, and that would do me for a gig. Would I gig with this? Absolutely. And I haven't even started delving into it. It offers so much flexibility. That's just amp module number one. Right, the second one is X Crunch, which it says uses MDP to deliver a crisp tone from all settings. Drop a note in below to tell me what MDP is. Something digital processing, I'm sure. And once again, these are all drastically changed by which IR you use, whether you use the stock one. Once again, that's really boxy, nasally. I'm sure you could tweak it to get something that's usable with the EQ setting, but I've gone with, right, that's beefy with the Zeal 2x12. Loses a bit of that bottom end with the 4x12, but if I go back to what it was, I think it might be the Zeal. Great crunch sound, really good with that IR. That's amp number two. We go into amp three, which is X High Gain. High gain sound that once again uses MDP, to obtain high gain sound with a wide range and a good sense of separation, it says. And I'm just reading this off the reference guide, and I do encourage you to download all the assets for the ME-90 to get the most out of it. Once again, that sounds really good with the ability to load in an IR and get this out of the ME-90, which is powered by four AA batteries at the moment. Incredible. Once again, the IR that I paired with that is not the original one. This is the original one. So the original speaker emulation has got this sort of boxy wooden tone. Adding the Zeal enclosed 2x12. It's such a beefy tone. All right, we go to number four, which is Maximum. It's called Maximum. Amp delivers a distinctively great response and tone setting of a vintage Marshall while making it even higher gain. That's what it says in the reference guide. That's raucous. That's a really good Marshall tone. Albeit it's a bit too gainy for me. I'd dial it back, but then I'd also add a boost pedal when I wanted it to go over the top. That's very cool. All right, that's the first four. We go up a bank and we get Juggernaut. All right. Large stack sound that has been tweaked extensively in the pursuit of ultimate metal sound, it says. I'm firing a Strat with Tex-Mex single coils into it. It sounds fairly beefy. Juggernaut, righto. Next one, X modded. So it says a core sound that uses MDP once again. MDP, I hear you say. To preserve the definition of the sound even with extreme gain. It's great hyperbole. So in those first half a dozen, you've got, I think, all the gain tones that you would want. And that's just the amps. That's without adding any of the distortion or overdrive pedals that are built into this as well. So the next one we get to is the first of the cleans. And this is based on a Fender Twin. I'll pair that with the original cab or the original speaker emulation that comes with the ME-90. Did I change it up? Once again, I'll show you the difference between different IRs that make such a tonal difference to your amp sound. And that's the Voxy Box 212. If I went back to the original tone, I think it is. That's the original IR I selected for that, or the original speaker emulation. Because I thought it just suited this one to have a bit of mid-range cut through. All right, that's a great clean platform for the Fender Twin emulation. Awesome. Next one is Tweed combo, it says, and it's modelled after the Fender Basement 4x10 combo. So, obviously more breakup. And once again, you got to push in with your guitar playing to get that amp reaction. So that's amp 8. Go up another bank to get into Vox AC30. I'll pair it with the original cab. That's not bad. It's just emphasizing that mid-range even more. I saved it with a 2x12 open. Just to give that authentic IR match with the Vox A330. I don't mind either. The stock standard one is a little bit louder. Don't mind it at all. All right, we've got 2 to go. This is Brit Rock Marshall. Model's the Marshall 1959. I reckon that's a great tone. And I did use the 4x12 IR that I've got. This is the original speaker emulation in the ME-90. Bit louder, a bit more mid-range focused. So I used the 4x12. Just to get that bottom end wallop, which I think is really cool. One to go. Modelling the sound of channel 2 on the modern mode on the Mezza Boogie dual rectifier, as it says from the parameter guide. Matched with the original box, it sounds like this. It's got a bit of fuzz for my liking. A Zeal closed 2x12 gives it even more wallop. In a 4x12 and a 2x12 open. Back to the patch that I'd saved. There you have it. That is all 11 standard amps that are built into the ME-90. We will go into the other additional 1, 2, 3, 4. There's an additional 5 when you use the Tone Studio software. Drop a comment in below. Let us know if you're getting into this. I think Boss has made a really good improvement on what was already a great platform. Really flexible. Is it able to give you amp sounds that are useful for using live? Absolutely. So I'm actually going to take this out live. I'm going to set up a few more patches and use it, and I'll report back as well. Thanks for tuning in. I'm actually going to go back into memory mode and just revisit the We'll see you next time.